Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you clicking on that video as always. And we are back with another Is This Worth It video where I go over a fragrance, I talk about it, maybe it's been hyped at one point, maybe it's hyped today, and I tell you, is it still worth it to buy right now? Now I can say with 100% certainty that this fragrance that we're talking about today is absolutely hyped, and hyped by the biggest fragrance YouTuber known, Jeremy Fragrance. We all know who he is, at least most of us do. If you're watching this video, odds are very high that you have watched a Jeremy video. But some of you guys are pushed here through the YouTube algorithm and you might not even know why you clicked on a fragrance video. I encourage you to stick around and watch this entire video, but the scent we are talking about today is, of course, Nautica Voyage. I'm going to tell you what kind of fragrance Nautica Voyage is, what type of performance I get from it, how much it actually costs, and do I like it? Is it worth it in 2023? Let's jump into it. Really quickly, guys, we are approaching 5,000 subscribers and I could not be more happy. I appreciate all the support you guys have shown me. I just did a 4K giveaway on a bottle of Juicy Couture's Dirty English, and I plan on doing another 5,000 subscriber giveaway. So help me get there, 5K, we're not too far away, maybe 700 some odd subscribers short. So as soon as we hit 5K, I'm gonna do another giveaway, but I wanna thank you guys for supporting the channel. And as always, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you know when I upload new content. So Nautica Voyage. Nautica Voyage has been around since around the mid 2000s. I want to say 05 or 06, around that time. And at that time, it was a really popular scent. It's one of those ones that was sort of featured if you walked into a Macy's. This was one that was sort of pushed into your face, advertising wise, from the people working the fragrance counter. Chances are you probably smelled Nautica Voyage on a test strip. Someone shoved this one in your face. Fast forward to just a few years ago where just online YouTube and this explosion of content is surrounding fragrances. And at the forefront of that was, of course, Jeremy Fragrance.
Before you buy, Nautica Voyage
has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube and TikTok. And this is a fragrance that he's talked about pretty much from the beginning, that he continues to talk about to this day. So it begs the question, is this a fragrance that is worth it, where it's, you know, almost 20 years old? And at this point, is it still worth it? Is it still worth the hype? Is it still worth the biggest fragrance YouTuber pushing this constantly? Well, let's talk about the scent. First, let's look at the atomizer. I already know what the atomizer is. Total garbage, complete garbage atomizer. There are times where nothing even comes out. So I spray this, when I wear this, I have to spray it basically 50 times. Horrible atomizer. Now, what do I get in the air? The air, wow. It's in the air, it's a very unique scent. There is not very many fragrances that I can put my finger on that smell quite like this. A lot of people get instantly this cucumber, which I get that. I get sort of a grassy green fruitiness to this. It's more of a pickled cucumber, so it's a little sour, especially on skin. I think some of that might be the Aquatic accord that the perfumer was going for on this. By the way, the perfumer on this is Maurice Roucel, and he's done a lot of fragrances that you guys would probably know. Now, immediately right off the top, there is an alcohol blast. So you get some perfumer's alcohol, but it doesn't last very long. It kind of goes away pretty quickly. And then I start getting that sort of pickled greenness to this. When I say pickled, I don't want you to think like sour pickles. It's not overtly sour. It does have a little bit of sour, but that sweetness also balances it out. So it's actually a nice sort of juxtaposition of the two. I'm also picking up sort of a woodiness to this. It's really fresh. It's a little floral. There is, again, is that fruitiness. There's really little to no citrus in here. So you might expect citrus from an aquatic scent, something called Nautica Voyage. But it really does, for me, evoke the sense of being on the ocean, which, look, it could be the bottle, it could be just sort of the presentation and the juice color and the name of the fragrance being Nautica Voyage, but I really do get this sort of just feeling of being on the ocean, being on a boat, And it's not a bad thing. I don't necessarily really get a specific fruit from this, but it is fruity. It reminds you of maybe something in the vein of an apple or even a peach. It has sweetness to it, but it's not cloying. It's really well blended. I mean, you'd be surprised with a cheap fragrance like this, and I'll get into, cost and everything in a minute on that. But it's for such a cheap fragrance, you actually are getting something that smells of a higher quality, that's blended really well, that doesn't smell overly synthetic or cheap. And this is cheap. One of the things that Jeremy touts all the time is that
this fragrance is Amazon's #1 top seller.
I don't know if that's the case. I'm actually going to try to put a graphic here if I can to see what the #1 most sold men's fragrance is, but I can see why it would be. It's really versatile. This is a great warm weather scent. However, it also has aspects to it that make this more signature worthy than just a summer freshie. I think that's where it's best utilized, is a summer fresh fragrance. And I did a video not too long ago of some of my favorite gym fragrances. So I think this would also be ideal for throwing in your gym bag, just having a clean smell if you're working out. I know some people don't like fragrance working out. Doesn't mean you have to douse yourself in it. You can put a couple sprays on. You're not going to offend anyone. So if you're offending someone with a couple sprays of Nautica Voyage at the gym, they must have sensitive noses, and I can appreciate that. Some people do. But for the most part, this is not a massive projector. This is not going to choke anybody out. You will get noticed, I think, to some degree, but again, you're going to have to spray a little heavier. It's just not a big projector. It sits closer to the skin. The notes for Nautica Voyage, top notes are apple and green leaves. Mid notes are Lotus and Mimosa. And the base notes are Musk, Cedar, Oakmoss, and Amber. Getting on to price. On Amazon, if you went and bought this today, you're going to spend under $20. It's around $18. I'm going to link it down below, but I'm also going to link the perfume spot, which is even cheaper. I think you can get it for like $15 through the perfume spot, and they have really fast shipping. That's my preferred sort of discount site that I use, in addition to some others, but that they usually have what I'm looking for really cheap. Nautica Voyage has 1 million flankers that can normally be found at discounters and in rack stores. That's also what I should add, is this is popping up all the time at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, and Burlington. So you can usually find this in those stores. The price is going to be a tiny bit more than what I just told you guys. It's usually around $19.99, just over $20 for this. Sometimes it's cheaper than that. Sometimes it is around $16.99. It depends on the store and the day. So, but million flankers that are all decent. They're all good. There are some that are better than others, some that I could do without. I say stick to the OG. This is still the best one to grab if you're going to grab a Nautica Voyage. So yeah, I mean, I think this is worth it in 2023. You're really not losing much, right? Either way you slice it, you're paying under $20. But I also think what you're getting with that $20 is something original. It doesn't smell like anything else. There are things that I've smelled that remind me of Nautica Voyage that came out later. I think at the time, this wasn't trying to copy anything. This was trying to be an original. A fresh aquatic men's scent that doesn't lean necessarily youthful to me. I think young guys can easily pull this off. I think older guys can easily pull this off. There's nothing in here that says youthful or mature. It's dead center, gonna appease everyone. Women really like this scent, and I've been complimented wearing this by women. I think they just like that blend of sweet, woody freshness, slightly aquatic, it is a little saltiness to it. It's just a really clean scent that doesn't come across as overly soapy or shower jelly. It has a lot of greenness to it despite its presentation. You might think this is a blue fragrance. Has a lot of greenness to it, woodiness, and cleanliness, and I love it. I want to say that my daughter chose this in one of my first videos that I did for the channel. I want to say that she chose this as her favorite cheapie. Okay. Good. Now smell this one and tell me which one you like better. The one you just smelled or the one I got? Which one do you like better? This one.
Okay, then I'm gonna put that one.
Guys.
Okay, here you go.
Emmy has spoken. the winner of today's Cheapy Challenge, judged by the one and only Amelia, my 3-year-old daughter, is... You want to hold it up?
Cheap.
Cheap. Nautica Voyage wins. This is one that many people will like, many people will enjoy. You don't have to think too much about it. The fragrance snobs, they probably have something to say about it. It's not up to their caliber of scent, especially if you found it at a rack store. But we don't care what the fragrance snobs think. Let them do what they do. But in my opinion, Nautica Voyage is worth it in 2023. And you really can't go wrong for your money spent here. Great scent. And in terms of longevity, it actually lasts a good amount of time. I mean, you're getting pretty much a full day's wear. It dries down into this really nice, salty, woody musk. Just pleasant. And you can still smell it. Again, not a massive projector, but it projects decently well for the first hour or so. You're going to get noticed with it on. And I would even say it's necessarily a familiar scent. I truly think this is an original and one that is worth you considering grabbing for your collection. Nautica Voyage. That's all I have today, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you own a bottle of Nautica Voyage? Have you owned a bottle in the past? What are your thoughts on it? If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.